You are in the Temple of the Rants, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by becoming one of those. This one is for Kuiper, who says rant about the TV show Atlanta or the album Awaken My Love. Whichever one you don't pick, I'll probably submit as a rant topic for next month. Unfortunately, I don't have Atlanta fresh enough in my mind to offer full thoughts on it. It's been a while since I rewatched the first season, and I only saw the second season once. I would probably like to watch both of them again at some point. So I'll talk about Awaken My Love, which is a great album, and it took me a long time to catch on to it, because I love Donald Glover. Atlanta is one of my favorite shows of all time. I enjoy his comedy. I enjoy him as an actor, but I fucking could not stand Childish Gambino's music. Like, none of it ever resonated with me. Mostly just his beat choices, his, like, kind of the way he raps, like, just, it's like he's too proud of himself almost, and he always did these, like, goofy ass voices. I don't know, none of it was ever hitting me. And then when Awaken My Love came out, I remember hearing some of the tracks and just thinking, like, I didn't really have the context to appreciate this style of music. It was sort of like a neo soul thing, and I didn't really get it right away until one day I was in my cousin Boyd's car, when we had come down to visit Virginia Beach, and he was playing the album from the start. And when I heard track one, and first of all, the production, particularly on that song, is so fucking pristine and so mysterious and inviting, and it slowly lulls you in. I'm in love with, we are so in love. And it has like this almost like creepy, dreamy vibe to it, and these trap hats that are like cutting in, and then all of a sudden this massive, massive fuzzed out guitar riff. Bow, 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 bam, bam, and I was like, what is... I thought we were listening to some prog rock because, my cousin Boyd historically used to be a big prog guy, so I was just like, what is this crazy fucking prog shit? How have I not heard this? Like, I'm a huge fan of songs that change structure midway through, like ones that have like a major tone shift in the middle, and this one was just such an epic opening up, and then you get the chorus, let me in to your heart, but particularly when that ends, and you hear this like, and it gets all chilled out. I was like, this is magical. This is the greatest song. What the fuck is this? And he's like, oh, this is Childish Gambino, Awaken My Love. And I was like, what? This is the Redbone album? And then I went through a period of having, when I first got my stupid fucking new Google Pixel, when I moved up to Rochester. Like, I got it not long after moving there because I had to switch services, and it wouldn't interface with my fucking car. Like, there was some kind of issue that was specific to BMWs that my phone would not Bluetooth with my car. And so I, for a long time, was just listening to the radio. And Redbone would come on all the time, and it was like one of those like breath of fresh air songs when you've just heard like 5 garbage pop songs, and then all of a sudden Redbone comes on and you're like, oh shit, this is good. So I started listening to the album, and I got pretty into it. I think the first like 7 or 8 tracks are all really solid. I'm probably, my favorite is Zombies. All I see is zombies looking all around us. You can hear them breathing, and they want your soul. It's just so much fun to sing in that voice. They just stay alive. I also love California. The whole time that we were down in California, I could not stop. She went to move to California. She must have fucking lost her mind. God, just like all of the instrumentation on the album is so fucking solid. And I was shocked to learn that it's like, when I watched the video of how they made Redbone, that it was just like one guy in a studio basically laying track over track of just, picking up an instrument and adding a little bit to it. It did not give me that impression listening to it. I mean, I guess that's how the sound is so clean, but it just feels so, just feels so tightly put together. It's good shit. Love all the background vocals. Love Donald Glover's vocals all over the album. I will say that after California, when the songs start to get a little bit slower, I don't like the back end of the album as much. I think that some of those songs don't really feel like they go anywhere. None of them are bad. It's just like I much prefer the earlier, more exciting part of the album. I'm trying to think of the other song that's between tracks. Like, what is track 4? Because Zombies is track 3. I think Zombies is track 4. So 3 must be... Fuck. Boogeyman. Boogeyman! He's gonna have a happiness again. I can't remember the lyrics. Ah! Yeah. Pretty solid fucking album. I would probably give it like an 8 out of 10. Definitely one that I've been returning to continually since getting into it. It would probably be somewhere in the lower rungs of my favorite albums chart if I ever get around to making another one of those. I'm long overdue.